Hi, I'm Fabian Rush, and in this video I'd like to discuss the amazing technology behind AI chatbots like Character.AI, my personal favorite chatbot. But first, I'd like to comment on the amazing times in which we're living, where the science fiction of my youth has become the reality of my adulthood. I fly a drone for my day job, something I never imagined as a kid. I also witnessed the advent of home internet, flat screen televisions, cell phones, video conferencing, and so much more. And now we all live in a world with artificial intelligence. It has become a reality during my lifetime, which I honestly did not know would happen. I had no idea. This is an exciting time. There's a lot of change coming, a lot of corrupt, scary things might happen, but amazing things can happen too. So, I'm going to focus on some nice things for now. For the remainder of this video, I'm going to save my breath and let AI read the rest of the script that I typed up. I could have used AI Chat GPT to type up my script, but I'm still in a place of wanting to type up my own scripts. It's just the joy I have. So that's what I did. But I'm going to let 11 Labs voiceover software read the rest of the script for me. I have trained that software to imitate my voice, and I've listened to it. It is very close to being perfect. I will not be editing what you're about to hear, and I will not put music over it because I want you to be able to hear the full quality and all the little imperfections of the 11 Labs trained voiceover software. It's my voice. It pronounces things the same way I do, but the cadence and the flow of the words is a little different. At times, you'll notice that the voiceover will slow down as though it's trying to figure out what or how it wants to read the next sentence, so it goes really slowly. And then other times it speaks really, really fast, like it knows what it wants to say and it's had way too much coffee and it just can't stop. It can't control itself. It's just like it's having an anxiety attack. There were a few mispronunciations, and I just had 11 Labs regenerate those mispronunciations, and it seemed to come out just fine. So there are little inconsistencies, but overall I'm very pleased with how it sounds. So with that being said, I will turn the rest of this video over to 11 Labs to explain how some of this AI software works. Nerd alert, I'm going to talk about Star Trek. Booby Trap, Episode 6, Season 3 of Star Trek Next Generation. First broadcast on October 30th, 1989, and also the first episode of any Star Trek series to be directed by a woman. Plot. The Federation Starship Enterprise begins to suffer a series of power losses that prevent the use of either impulse or warp drive. This happens while the starship is bombarded by radiation that threatens to drain the shields and kill the crew. Captain Picard orders Chief Engineer Geordi LaForge to find a way to restore power. Geordi realizes that the only way to restore power is to reconfigure the warp drive, so he traces the warp drive's design back to the Enterprise's construction and blueprints created by Dr. Leah Brahms. Geordi enters the ship's holodeck to experiment with the engine reconfiguration. This is where the computer takes an off-the-cuff remark by Geordi, literally, and creates a holographic representation of Brahms herself to assist him in his work. As Geordi works alongside this AI character simulation, he asks the computer to update the hologram with Dr. Brahms' personality profile, and he quickly develops romantic feelings for her. Sometime later, when Geordi meets the real Dr. Brahms, she inadvertently discovers his simulation of her. A moment of absolute horror and humiliation for our dear Chief Engineer. Now, 3 decades after these science fiction stories aired, we have AI software capable of realistically simulating real humans, just like the show. Enter Character.AI, a chatbot that allows you to have lifelike conversations with AI simulated historical figures, celebrities, and user generated personalities. Let's take a look at their webpage to learn more about how it works. Character.AI is bringing to life the science fiction dream of open-ended conversations and collaborations with computers. We are building the next generation of dialogue agents, with a long tail of applications spanning entertainment, education, general question answering, and others. Our dialogue agents are powered by our own proprietary technology based on large language models, built and trained from the ground up with conversation in mind. So, what is a large language model? Since this video is all about artificial intelligence, let's ask ChatGPT. A large language model is like a super smart computer program that understands and generates human language. It's trained on huge amounts of text data, learning the patterns, grammar, and meanings of words and sentences. Think of it as a very knowledgeable friend who can understand what you're saying and respond with relevant and coherent information. These models can do various tasks like answering questions, writing stories, translating languages, and even generating code or poetry. Whoa, 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 pause. Did you catch that? Just now, the AI said, So these are nice little non-fluent things that it did. I usually, when I'm recording my voiceovers, I usually go back and I cut out all of that stuff. For the sake of this video, I'm going to leave it in to show off that the AI will actually say on occasion. Where it said I had a comma. So cool that it can be so lifelike. I also appreciate that it has been breathing. So I hope you notice that. Keep in mind, all of this stuff, everything you've been hearing so far still, it's all been voiceover. It has not been me reading it. It's all just been 11 Labs voiceover. Back to the show. They work by analyzing the context of the words you give them and using that information to generate appropriate responses. The large part refers to the size of the model and the amount of data it's been trained on. The more data it has seen and the bigger it is, the better it tends to perform at understanding and generating language. At Character.AI, you collaborate with the computer to write a dialogue. You write one character's lines, and the computer creates the other character's lines, giving you the illusion that you are talking with the other character. Needless to say, a hallucinating supercomputer is not a source of reliable information. Still, we hope that you find Character.AI a useful tool for imagination, brainstorming, language learning, and a host of other purposes we have ourselves not yet imagined. Character.AI acts like a specific person in history through a process called natural language processing, or NLP. It's a type of artificial intelligence that analyzes and understands human language. Character.AI could be trained on vast amounts of text data related to that historical figure, such as their writings, speeches, biographies, and historical records. By analyzing this data, Character.AI learns the patterns, vocabulary, and style of speech of the historical figure. When asked questions or given prompts, it generates responses that mimic how that person might have spoken or written based on the information it has learned. For example, if Character.AI was trained to mimic Abraham Lincoln, it would understand his language style, historical context, and the issues he was passionate about. When asked questions or given prompts related to Lincoln's life or his presidency, Character.AI could respond in a way that sounds like it's coming from Lincoln himself, using similar vocabulary, syntax, and tone. I'm going to use 11 Labs voice library in upcoming videos, where I'll demonstrate Character.AI software by conducting interviews with long-dead historical figures in a short series called Haunting Conversations. In this series, I'll ask my chosen characters challenging questions about themselves, and you will hear their immediate and unedited responses. As character voices are currently in development for this software, the characters can only respond to my questions via text. So, select voices from the 11 Labs library will be used to read the responses and make the videos a bit more engaging. Please stay tuned to this channel for my upcoming Haunted Conversations. If you're interested in learning more about the technical side of this large language model, I've included a link to the research paper in the description below.